Hello and welcome to Fireside Talk, the definitive podcast for, you know what? I don't even fucking know anymore. Today is another one of those, random ADHD stream of thoughts episodes that we sometimes do because we have no set topic. Although I will say, I've noticed that the political ones we do are the ones to perform the best.
I feel like I want to contradict you on that one because personal reasons.
I'm the one with access to the analytics.
I am the one with access to not wanting to do politics.
I don't understand why you're so vehemently against politics-related stuff.
We can't base ourselves on buzzwords. What are we? Fucking...
BuzzFeed?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, God, speaking of which, and speaking of the springboard we have in mind, just say the springboard and I'll...
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, this is another ADHD stream of thought thing, and today our springboard is literal garbage people. Pieces of shit.
Yeah, so you remember Prince Harry, I believe his name was, married this woman Meghan?
Are you sure? I don't really.
So.
Yeah.
I'm not big. Anyway, yeah, So they have have what you might call a mixed-race child, right?
Okay.
Which doesn't sit well with some people. So some British tabloid, some fucking quote-unquote journalist in a British tabloid, said that they missed out on the chance to name it Georgina Floydina.
What?
Yeah, just that blank stare kind of told me everything.
What the fuck?
Let's dissect this. British tabloids have no standards. Well, first of all...
Name it?
Exactly. It. And
can I borrow one of your swords?
Yeah, you can. This individual later on tried to say, oh no, it's a gender neutrality thing. Yeah, suck my dick. As if you think royalty has, if they're people, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then just being kind of obviously vehemently racist.
I mean, you kind of get that through Georgina Floydina.
I must admit, it's an amusing rhyme.
Sure.
From the sound of it.
But it's still making light of the whole George Floyd situation.
Yeah, exactly. If you take anything away from the funny Ina rhyme, which that's the only kind of quote unquote funny thing about it. It's words that sound alike please the brain.
Yeah.
Other than that, everything about the situation kind of makes you go, ugh.
Yeah. I feel like I need a shower. I feel dirty.
Yeah.
I feel filthy. God.
Oh no, I can't say what I was thinking there.
Say it. Come on.
You feel about as dirty as British tabloid writers think mixed-race children are?
Oh, God. Yeah, no, this is definitely the episode getting us cancelled. Woohoo!
Yeah,
and it's your fault, not mine. Victory!
Hey, we're not getting cancelled. I'm sitting here saying this is a bad thing. I'm not defending racism.
I mean...
I'm saying that I am very much so against the dehumanization of, say, mixed-race children.
Anyone.
Or even the royalty.
Anyone,
yeah.
Except the royal family. Fuck the royal family.
No, they're still people.
Okay. Fair.
Okay, if you could fuck anyone in the royal family of England, who'd you pick?
Queen Elizabeth.
Me too. You would kill her?
Dude, the biggest flex ever. I fucked the queen to death.
Yeah. Longest reigning monarch. Well, guess how she...
My dick has something to say about this.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna start...
penile execution.
I'm gonna rename my dick the Regicider. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, the only person that reigned longer than Ramses II. Yeah. Well, you're getting it in the second. Oh no. Okay, let's stop.
So...
Moving on.
I mean, kind of backtracking, what really...
Today's springboard, garbage people, i.e. us.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. We kind of are garbage. But that's why the internet loves us.
Yeah, all of our viewer.
I guess. But yeah, no. What made me, because I was the one that came up with this springboard, is people who use their mental disorders as an excuse for acting like abhorrent pieces of shit.
Yes.
Now, don't get this confused, internet, because I know how the fuck you are. I'm not saying that if you have a mental disorder, you are automatically an apparent piece of shit. I'm saying you're an apparent piece of shit if you use your mental disorder as an excuse to be an asshole.
Yeah, of course there is some nuance to that too. There are some mental disorders that will cause abhorrent behavior they have no control over.
Yes.
Which is also not what we're talking about here.
No, but
it's
with those people, again, if they, let's say they actually show, like, true remorse, they're not, like, just playing it off or something. But no, I'm talking about those people who are like, oh, you're always lashing out, you're always, acting like a cunt, insulting people, punching people, just generally being a distasteful person.
Yeah.
And their only reply every fucking time is, oh, it's because of my insert mental disorder here. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Oh, you're always acting like an apparent piece of shit. Well, I have bipolar disorder. Fuck you. No, fuck you.
Yeah, I know bipolar people that are entirely pleasant to be around, even, on the, shall we say, the bad side of things.
I know people with bipolar disorder as well. My mom, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm also in the process of getting, prodded for bipolar disorder. So that's fun.
When aren't you in the process of being prodded? Wink.
Anytime it's not a weekend.
I see.
I'm only gay on the weekends.
Okay. I'm just gonna write down that I gotta lock my doors in the weekends.
Oh yeah, because you're my type. Haha.
Thank God I'm not.
Nah, bargage bin looking critical motherfucker.
Okay, listen, if we're gonna start attacking one another's looks, I think I have the leg up on you. Then.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, look at me. I'm just.
You dress like a grandfather.
Yeah, think about this. A grandfather, by definition, gets laid.
Fuck.
Ha! So, actually... Moving on, yeah. The springboard, there are, people being terrible, blaming it on mental disorder.
Yeah, let's go back to that.
Just kind of side point about that. People being terrible about mental disorder. Specifically, those weirdos who fake mental disorders.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is a mental disorder. It's Munchausen, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, still, just...
Like, doing it for attention or sympathy.
Or those people who pretend to have Tourette's on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's sort of thing.
It's kind of hard to distinguish in the times, though, because, like, I've always been very open about my mental health issues, because if I'm open about them, it will hopefully contribute towards breaking down the stigma around mental health issues for men. And I have depression and anxiety, and it's not fun.
Yeah, but if that's what happens when you play Dark Souls too much.
Dark Souls doesn't give you anxiety, I swear. Fucking Capra Demon flashbacks.
Yeah, what about that? Isn't there like that tree that randomly collapses the floor? Isn't that in Dark Souls?
No, that's in Dark Souls. I want to say it's in Dark Souls 3. That's Curse Rotten Greatwood.
Yeah, just some sort of tree that randomly collapses the floor, so you have no idea what's happening.
Oh, no, you're thinking about Bed of Chaos.
Yes.
Yes, the Bed of Chaos. Although there is a cheese strat for that, so it doesn't really bother me.
What, bring fucking herbicide?
No. Just walk into, like, the center of it, turn around, aim for a specific branch, throw 2 firebombs, turn around, aim for a specific branch, throw 2 firebombs, you're on your way.
Well, I mean, that's...
Literally 4 firebombs.
Yeah, that's good then.
Yeah. The boss was easy as soon as I understand the fact that it was a cheese strat.
Yeah, good boss design sometimes involves intentional cheese strats.
Too. Yeah, but no, the fucking... The Bed of Chaos is not a well-designed boss. No, it's horrible.
It's a plant, and the floor falls apart, and that's about it.
Yeah, basically, and then as soon as you get into the center, after, going through the gymnastics routine of trying to destroy the boss. You get find like this little larva, you punch it once, and the entire thing just explodes. It's like, we're done!
Well, I mean, it does sound like a cautionary tale on, bad architecture, bad horticulture.
I mean, if you want to talk about, like, good boss design, we could, go into that.
We can, but let's first keep talking about terrible people.
Ah, yes, right.
See,
this is what happens with ADHD.
Yes.
It's fucking mental at times.
Haha.
I didn't even realize I was doing that pun.
Yeah, we've known a lot of people with mental disorders. We've probably, among us, collected enough.
Collected, yes. We filled out the Pokédex of mental disorders.
I was actually about to compare it to gym badges.
Yeah.
Yeah, I beat my local autist overlord. Now I'm the local autist overlord. I'm like the autist version of Red sitting on the mountain.
So, like, when you go into the psychiatric ward of a hospital, like, if you beat the warden, are you now the champion of mental disorders?
Yeah.
I have all the mental disorders. Bow down.
You walk into a fucking psychiatrist's office, they stick your head in a box, and it goes ding, 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 ding.
Oh, yes. Yeah, no, we know some people with issues.
Yeah, and...
Never judging, of course, because...
Yeah, like how most of them are entirely decent people.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people struggle with some shit, and some people struggle with other shit, and that's fine. People are people.
And, like, don't dismiss someone's struggle just because you can't understand it.
Yeah. And,
I have some friends who were beat as a kid. Like, if you raise your hand a little too fast, they will flinch and get flashback. Don't dismiss that just because you don't understand it,
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of assholes from the outside think that kind of thing is like funny. It's like, haha, I'm making them react because of their trauma. Or, similar, just finding some way of poking someone's psychological or sometimes physiological things.
Yeah.
It's like, there's no real difference between, like, fucking, jerking motions to make people with trauma flinch, then it's like to just go up to a person with one leg and just kick their crutches out from underneath them. There is no real difference.
No.
Yeah, and yet, I don't know, a lot of people seem to think that it should be okay to get away with bullying the mentally disadvantaged.
No.
You'd be surprised.
It's abhorrent behavior. Yeah. Yes, let's pick on the weakest link.
Yeah, God, what is this? The U.S.? Actually, seeing how the United States treat their veterans...
Oh, dude.
God, that makes me so angry.
There was a video that blew up on... I'll edit that out. There was a video that blew up on TikTok very recently where there was some army recruiter motherfucker who was sitting there. You remember that fucking song Stan by Eminem?
No.
No, it is basically... It's like a...
Oh, yeah, it's the song about the
super fan. Yeah, writing letters and all that. And like that has become a trending sound. And he's like playing that in the background, being like... When I listen to a 23-year-old man, in quotation marks, telling me he can't join the army because his mom won't let him. There were so many people who stitched that video and be like, listen here, you little fuck.
Yeah.
Like, there was this one girl that really was like, I resonate with this chick because it was like, she has to be careful how she hugs her dad. Because if she's not in his line of sight when she goes to hug him, she's going to end up with a broken nose.
Yeah.
And possibly in a wooden box.
Yeah, like...
He's told stories about, one of his friends is going to be like, I'm going to climb over this wall to see what's on the other side. He gets up over, like, halfway up over the top of the wall. Yeah. You're a... The only thing that comes raining down is his legs in pieces.
Yeah, no.
This guy has to fend for himself when he gets back to the U.S. because the VA ain't gonna do shit. The military ain't gonna take responsibility because fuck the veterans.
Yeah, it's not like they want to give them any mental health counseling after witnessing extremely traumatic events in
But
the
hey,
line
we
of
got
duty.
Memorial Day weekend, so
Oh yeah,
yeah.
hoi, and whew, yeah, the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier dwarfs in comparison to the Tomb of Mental Health.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking
No, this
Christ.
actually gets me a little bit heated.
Yeah, it gets me heated too. I've seen a lot of veterans talk about their experiences. I don't remember the name of it, but there's a YouTube channel
Yeah.
where with a guy in VR chat.
Yes,
Yeah,
the fucking AC-130 operator.
yeah, the AC-130 operator.
Dude,
Yeah,
that video fucked me up.
the door gunner. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Fucking hell, that was a
That was a rough one, Jesus.
Yeah, the aerial gunner. Yeah, look that shit up. I don't remember what that YouTuber was called. I think it might have started with M, but yeah, it's a guy in VR.
Basically, the video is titled, like, a guy in VR chat talks about his worst day as a soldier.
Yeah,
Like, check that shit out. It's fucking interesting.
Yeah, and you got a guy looking like Anakin Skywalker talking about war trauma. It sounds a bit like facetious and everything, but it's a really good documentary kind of thing.
I mean, he's done other stuff as well, like the dying guy.
Yeah.
Like there's this guy who's like on like he's I don't what the fuck was he dying from again?
Don't fucking remember.
No, but he's like basically like almost paralyzed. He can't eat on his own and everything. This dude has some fucking stories.
Mm-hmm.
Going to fucking hippie shows and dropping acid and meeting his wife and shit. Like, it's fucking cool.
It is kind of interesting to talk to people, just to hear their stories.
Yeah. He also has, like, other series about, like, people revealing secrets that none of their friends know. Ooh. Like, in VR chat. Because, you know, you're technically anonymous, I guess.
Yeah. It's something we recommend you look into, dear listener.
Yeah. No, but the video that comes to mind when we talk about veterans and their trauma is, there was some interviews with Vietnam soldiers.
Uh-huh.
And they talked about their like first like combat kill. And good God, the look when they were recounting those fucking events, they seen some shit.
Yeah. A lot of soldiers take it differently, of course.
Yeah.
It's part of the training that you get hammered into several times a day that, hey, you're gonna kill people.
Yeah.
And when it actually happens, you're not prepared as such, but it's...
You've been slightly desensitized to it, I suppose.
A softer blow.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I mean... Okay, I'm just going to go on a very egotistical side note here. It's kind of rough for me as a writer because I'm writing a thing. And I'm going to have to write situations like those, and trying to do them justice is very difficult because you kind of gotta do something that works in a narrative, but you also, if you divorce it too much from reality, I don't know, it wouldn't sit well with me personally. One of my writer buddies, he also writes about a lot of traumatic incidents in the stories he writes. And he goes out of his way to do research, to talk to people who have lived through these kinds of events and put them, do them the justice they deserve. And for better or for worse. And I think hearing these kinds of stories told by the people who have gone through them, or like told in a realistic light, really helps humanity. It's easy to, tell stories of the brave medieval knight saving the princess from the bandit fort or whatever, but it isn't as easy to read the same story 3 years down the line when the brave knight is dealing with the trauma of killing people and stuff, justified or not.
No.
Sitting there just flinching at shadows, in essence.
Drinking himself to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Like closing his eyes and hearing the sounds of battle kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel also like a big part of what the problem is today is the fact that they're trying to distance the humanity of it, in a sense.
Yeah.
With the whole, like, remember that George Carlin segment, went from shell shock to post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yes.
Yes, that like you said, if we're still calling it shell shock, maybe some of those Vietnam veterans would have gotten the help they needed.
Yeah.
So yeah. And fuck, I had a point for this. I don't fucking remember it now.
Yeah. This is just going to be a bit of a PSA then while you're thinking. Getting treatment or help for a mental health issue is no different than seeking help to reattach a severed finger after a farming accident, or putting a band-aid on a wound, or getting any other kind of medical treatment you need to heal. There is nothing wrong with seeking help.
Fuck the stigma around mental health.
There is no weakness in relying on others. If, for example, crying on the shoulder of a friend after a traumatic life event is weakness, then what the fuck is the meaning of being a person at that point? If you can't be yourself in relation to others without being seen as somehow inferior, then society has failed.
Yeah, I think the quote goes, "Crying isn't a sign of weakness; it's a sign that you've been strong for way too long."
Something like that, I suppose.
Yeah, but no, I remember because moving on to the whole like traumatic experiences and hearing the stories about them. One thing that has truly fucked me up is how different modern combat is from like back in the days. Because I remember there's a YouTube channel called The Gap.
Yes, I know about it.
Yeah, they had a World War II veteran and someone from the, I think it was the war in Afghanistan.
I do believe I saw the episode, but do refresh my memory because
Yeah,
it's very shaky.
they're basically like comparing like how it was warfare back in World War II versus how it is today. And one thing really stuck with me, and that is when the younger guy is telling his story about, being deployed and being surrounded on all sides by enemy forces and all that. The old guy, the motherfucker who fought against the Third Reich, was like, "You've been through a lot, haven't you?"
Yeah.
That fucking stuck with me for some goddamn reason.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's it's an increasing sort of. Well, I mean, I do believe the colloquialism for it these days is toxic masculinity. That kind of thing is being bred into military forces all around the world nowadays.
Yeah.
The camaraderie of the military is being kind of sacrificed for trying to turn everyone into bravado-fueled machines. It's like a combination of follow orders and also be ready to throw your life away at a moment's notice because it'll make you a big, strong man.
Yeah, and also, the whole thing with like, mental health for veterans and like taking care of them when they get back to the U.S. They don't want to focus on that because military training nowadays, and I guess it's been like that for very many years, is the fact that they hype up the whole like giving your life in combat and dying in combat as this great honor, so they can avoid taking responsibilities when the veterans do come back.
Yeah, there's a lot of focus on medals.
I mean,
and that sort of thing. It's like, hey,
dude, medals, yeah.
Yeah.
We have not minted, or sorry, we're not U.S. The U.S. has not minted any new Purple Hearts since the D-Day invasion because they expected so many people to die on the fucking beaches of Normandy and Juno Gold Sword.
Yeah, and they just had
and
enough.
Omaha.
Yeah. They just had enough of them. Just somewhere there's boxes and boxes and boxes of pre-minted medals for those who die and those who are left behind.
Yeah.
And that is kind of a very grim thought.
Yeah.
It's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah. I mean, like, I get it, like, Jesus, storming the beach of Normandy in Utah's Gold Sword Juno.
Yeah.
Fucking Christ, that must have been an experience.
Yeah. I think I can relate because I played Conqueror's Bad Fur Day and the lampshade, well, not a lampshade, the little parody of that whole thing in that one, and it's the exact same thing.
Yeah, just like, absolutely.
Just like every fucking 12-year-old on Call of Duty could definitely take on a trained soldier
Yeah, I would not have liked to have been one of the people storming the beaches in Normandy.
No, it's like not the most fun idea to be staring down like a pillbox machine gun nest.
No.
Uh,
Fucking Christ.
Like why the fuck wouldn't you hit that area with like a heavy artillery bombardment?
They were supposed to, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, exactly.
But they overshot it.
Yeah.
They fucked up.
Yeah.
And at that point, I mean, there's no turning back from that, given the fact that, okay, they'd spent this much time distracting Germany, or the Third Reich, from being like, we're going to cross on Point de Calais, the shortest crossing point. And then, you know, they overshoot the barrage on the beaches of Normandy. It's like, it's not like you're going to be like, well, time to rethink our strategy. No, they're going to have to fucking go.
Yeah.
Especially given the fact that they had already dropped in the paratroopers during the night.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, well, I mean, the Atlantic Wall is still standing. The pillboxes are still there. Yeah, fucking Nazi fortresses on the beaches. This is gonna be a rough day, ladies and gentlemen. And they still had so many spare medals.
Yeah.
Even thinking that the fucking artillery was gonna succeed.
Yeah. That tells you something.
That really does tell you something. I watched, listened to rather, a pretty fresh Mike Burnfire video. I do believe it was yesterday. Something. And he was talking about, medals in the Marines. Mike was.
Yeah.
Where they the Marines keep hammering these two particular names in, the guys who won 2 medals of honor, I believe.
I'm gonna guess that one of them's John Basilone.
I don't fucking remember. Anyway, yeah. So Mike decided to do a little bit of research. Turns out one of the guys that had won that double medal whammy was just vehemently anti-war. And after the whole thing was sort of a closed deal, he kind of compared himself to a racketeer and had like a long, very quotable speech about being no better than gangsters.
Huh.
I can probably link you to the...
Yeah, we're gonna have to check that out yesterday, because whenever I think of Medal of Honors, there are 2, potentially 3 people that I think about. First one, John Basilone, Marine during the Second World War. Crazy motherfucker. Like, during World War II, they had the, was it the M1919 Browning, I believe it was?
Mm-hmm.
You had to have like an asbestos glove to carry it after it had been fired for a prolonged period of time. That's not burn your hands. He lost his asbestos glove during a night, like fighting at night. He just picked the motherfucker up and just carried it around, mowing down Japanese soldiers.
Yeah,
he came back on leave to sell war bonds and, train new recruits, and he opted to go back.
Yeah, weird man.
Yeah, he was. The second one, Desmond Doss.
Still doesn't ring a bell.
The medic.
Oh.
With no weapon.
Yes.
Saving God knows how many people in Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah, now I remember.
Yeah, and the third one is, I don't actually remember if he had received a Medal of Honor, but I'm just going to say that he did, and then the comment section will prove me wrong. Mad Jack Churchill.
Definitely should win.
The only recorded longbow kill in World War II. Or at least the last recorded, because there was actually... Have you heard of The Last War Chief?
The Native American dude?
Yeah. The Native American dude who did the 4 trials to become a war chief during World War II.
Yeah.
That is an interesting fucking story you guys should check out.
You definitely should. And don't discount the longbow. Bows and crossbows, terrifying weapons. They have more, like, a good crossbow, as particularly a good, like, big warbow, has more fucking impact energy than a 45 ACB.
Huh.
Yeah, like, way more. It's because of the mass of the projectile.
Yeah.
It doesn't go as fast, which is kind of the downside, but it's still, like, a large flying projectile.
Yeah, I mean...
A good bodkin arrow could go straight through a person.
I mean, I still remember, what was it Mad Jack Churchill said again? Any officer who goes into battle without a sword is improperly dressed.
Yeah.
This motherfucker fought during World War II.
Yeah. I completely agree. Like, if I'm going into war, I'm bringing at least one of my swords. Although, which one? Probably the method, I'd say. Like, if I got a gun anyway, and in any situation I'd be having to rely on a sword, I'd rather have the smallest one.
Yeah.
Which is...
I'll probably come and steal your kukri.
Listen, the kukri is sacred.
I don't care. It's war. Fuck you.
Okay, fine. Yeah, maybe I should teach you some sword fighting.
Nah. Not really interested.
Teach how to use the kukri. Such a nice little weapon. Just decide to cut bits off and move on.
Yeah.
And technically also be both a spade and a brush clearing weapon. Oh, fantastic. Anyway, let's not get weapon nerdy when we're talking about assholes.
Are we still talking about assholes, or have we moved past that?
Yeah, we have transcended the asshole. What were we going to talk about? Boss design. But
yes, boss design. Well-designed bosses, both mechanically, lore-wise, and, actual design.
I have a bridge for that, actually. Like an intelligent segue that makes sense from assholes to boss design.
Okay.
Yes, so we seem a little bit professional, except that I just explained it.
So now we seem less professional.
Yeah,
Woohoo!
now we just seem like, idiots. Anyway, the feeling when you're playing a multiplayer game that you in single player situations or, with a competent team where you're good, you're having fun, everything is enjoyable, good times all around. But then you're stuck playing the game with an incompetent teammate, which isn't bad in and of itself. It's just, you can teach this person, except they refuse to be taught. They refuse.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I never want to play with that person.
The people who don't take in that advice. It's like, it's fine to play the game in your own way, in a sense, but, there are just sometimes where it's a good idea to listen to people who know better. I'm not gonna suck
name names.
I'm not gonna suck my own dick and say that my way or the highway kind of thing.
But you are gonna suck your own dick.
No, I'm just merely gonna point out that if you're consistently failing and all your other teammates are saying man, you're bogging us the fuck down by not learning these basic game mechanics kind of thing. Just keep this one thing or these two things in mind and you'll do better and, be more pleasant to play with. Maybe do so.
Yeah. No, listen, it's not sure, you're gonna get some time to, learn the game and, play your own pace and all that. But, if you're 100 hours deep and somebody is can you, for fuck's sake, just do this one thing? Keep this one thing in mind. Just take this one hint.
Yeah.
And you refuse to do so. You're not going your own way. You're being an asshole.
Yeah, and it's you're watching this hypothetical individual, say, play a guerrilla warfare-based class, then run into the middle of a room filled with projectile mobs.
Which game are you referring to?
I'm referring to the amazing classic. It's called Heroes of Hammerwatch. It's a spin-off of a game called Hammerwatch. It's a top-down dungeon crawler hack and slash roguelite in the case of the spin-off. Amazing game, really fun. We should play it sometime. I think you'd enjoy that.
I've seen you play it a couple times. It seems enjoyable enough.
It is a very enjoyable game. Anyway. So I was playing it somewhat recently with two different people, one of which, who I will name, Hanna. She's a good player. She picked up the game earlier this year. I gave it to her because I wanted more victims to play with. And, fun, enjoyable gameplay. She learns quickly and she knows how to play the different classes differently. There, I also, a while back, played with another person who is, shall we say, less inclined to learn.
Is this the person we talked about earlier?
It might be.
Is it?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, so who's less inclined to learn. He's not bad at the game. He's actually decently good at the actual gameplay. There are just certain lessons that he refuses to learn. And it has been exceedingly detrimental, and it's frustrating, especially because I know he does some of that stuff intentionally to be frustrating.
Oh god, those people. Ah.
Yeah.
Like, listen, fucking around a bit when you're playing a multiplayer game and you're having fun with friends, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Good memes.
Yes, but consistently being an annoyance just to piss off the people you're playing with is not okay.
Yeah. And like intentionally hampering himself or the team in general, just, for the memes when we're trying to do like a proper serious run. That's, costing the other teammates a decent chunk of in-game money to be able to do correctly, and and the motherfucker from the sidelines go, oh, I applied this fucking thing to myself that makes me fucking lose life for no good reason with no good payoff. That doesn't work with my class. Oh, good job there. Exactly what we need.
Yeah.
Like,
Or
Okay.
I can, relate it to personal experiences of mine in Dark Souls.
Oh.
Because, well, I like having some OP builds. I mean, my go-to build in Dark Souls 1 is Havel's Armor, the Black Knight Halberd. That's basically it. If you upgrade those to a certain point, you're basically untouchable. So I like, I remember when I was a lowly noob, so I struggled with certain parts of the game. For example, I'm not afraid to admit, I struggled with the Bell Gargoyles, which is the third boss.
And for context, there's a bunch of gargoyles on a
No,
rooftop.
that's Belfry Gargoyles from Dark
Right.
Souls 2.
Oh, yeah.
The Bell Gargoyles from Dark Souls 1 is only 2.
Yeah.
And
okay,
one
so-
of them comes out after the first one has gone down to half health.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, so
Two dudes on top of a roof.
I decided I'm going to put down my summoning sign in order to help some, poor soul out.
Yeah.
I sound like I'm stroking my own dick. I'm sorry.
So that you and another guy could team up and both reap the benefits.
Yes.
Yeah.
I put down the summoning sign, and I lost count of how many fucking times this has happened. I put down the summoning sign, somebody summons me, because this is in Dark Souls Remastered, so there's still a fucking online community for it. I start going forward because, hey, I'm higher level than you, let me go first, tank some hits, destroy some enemies, so that you are more rested for the boss fight. Because if you die during any point leading up to and or including the boss fight, I get banished. And the amount of motherfuckers who just Leroy and then get wrecked.
It's so frustrating.
Yes, and I'm just left there standing like, thanks for wasting my time, asshole.
Yeah.
Good job wasting a humanity, you fuckwit.
Yeah, it's like well, again, same thing in Heroes of Hammerwatch. It's like, okay, I've picked the paladin to provide a screen to put between you, which is the DPS, and the enemy, which has DPS. I will be your shield. Stand behind me and you will not be hit by arrows. You decided to run into the middle of the room and you're kind of really bad at movement because you haven't gotten that good at the game yet, and you decided that to heed that one piece of advice of, dealing damage from a distance while slowly practicing that particular movement would maybe not be as fun of an idea as to get bukaked. I mean, I can kind of see it, but I don't know if it feels good on my end. It's not my fetish personally.
No, but like it happens in so many other games as well. I used to play Smite. I used to be quite good at Smite. I used to play it semi-competitively. But my favorite thing to do was go into a random lobby of Joust and play that, for hours on end. I loved Joust.
Yeah.
I used to have a mic, and I try to see if I can communicate with these strangers.
Yeah.
99% of the time, they don't have a mic. It doesn't bother me because it's fine. I have my strategy ready. I'll do some decent shit in this game. Because the proper strategy is, if one of your teammates die, you can still do a little bit of guerrilla warfare. If 2 of your teammates die, you fall back to the tower, you defend it until your teammates come back and back you up, and then you push. The amount of motherfuckers who see that both of their teammates are dead, it'll be like a minute till they're back in the game. No enemies are close to them, so it's not like, in the heat of a team fight, we get team wiped or anything. No, they're alone.
Yeah.
And they fucking push to the point where, like, they die and then give the other team the advantage of destroying our tower, access to our Phoenix, and basically start a snowball effect that is really difficult to get out of.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, just wait a minute. Is it really that fucking difficult?
For some people, yeah. Like, that is one of the best lessons that can be learned in, like, multiplayer team games. It's good teamwork, or learning how to rely on teammates and to make concessions in your own sort of quote-unquote fun. Like, it's particularly those who derive their fun from being very gung-ho and on the offensive. And gone, the, oh, look at me, I'm the hero of the story, you check me ride in on my big Harley Davidson kind of thing. Those people really do need to learn okay, I will do better if I fulfill a role within this large, greater than the sum of its parts team.
Yeah.
And rely on my teammates, they can rely on me, and together we will win. A very good example of this is, you remember Evolve?
Yes.
Yes, the 4v1
I did not
game.
play that much, but I remember it was fun.
I played it semi-religiously. I loved Evolve, and I miss it dearly.
Yeah,
and
they killed it.
Yeah, they killed it very roughly. They took it out back the shed and sent it to another farm.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They old yellered it.
Yeah, they kind of did my boy dirty. Anyway, I personally preferred playing the monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I ran into some really so the thing for those who never played Evolve back when it existed, it's 4 players play hunters that have to track down and kill a monster, which is also played by a player.
And the monster can evolve into stages 2 and 3, and at stage 3 it's basically beast mode.
Yeah, but at stage 1 the monster is at a very big disadvantage. It's weak, it's tiny, it has very small PP energy. It needs to hunt down the local wildlife, eat, and get stronger.
Stage 2, they're fairly
it's like
evenly
fairly
matched, and stage 3, the monster has an advantage.
Yes.
So it's of the benefit of the hunters to hunt it down as early as possible.
Yeah, and that can best be done with either being psychologically better than the monster, getting lucky, or splitting the party, which is not a good idea against the stage 2.
No.
Anyway, we're getting very off track here. Anyway, as a monster, I ran into teams that had so terrible teamwork, where everyone was just trying to lone wolf the whole thing.
Yeah, like, look at me go!
It was so easy to deal with those, particularly when I was playing Behemoth, which already has good crowd control capabilities and the ability to sort of divide and conquer. And when they weren't even trying to properly cooperate, it's just... I fucking wiped the whole team as a stage 1 Behemoth.
You want to talk about bad team coordination?
But on a good team coordination, though, they could rape you.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. Like, good team coordination is essential for those kind of games.
Yeah.
Especially, it was developed by Turtle Rock Studios, which, if I remember correctly, was also in on the development for Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah, and a little funny side note about it all is when I was playing on the hunter side of things, I usually played either the tracker or the support. And
the least desirable roles.
Yeah, because I could...
Somebody needs to be those roles.
Yeah, I could fulfill other very specific kind of slots in that dynamic. Particularly, I liked playing Crow, who has a chargeable weapon that can hit through shields, which is really good against specifically the Wraith, which has a large shield but tiny health. But Yeah.
Moving on to
Yes.
moving forward with the whole bad teamwork thing, because I did play Evolve.
Yeah.
You know, I played some matches here and there. The amount of times where somebody would insta-lock the Trapper, like instantly as soon as the lobby got in, they're like, "I'm Trapper."
Yeah.
And then we get into it, we're not communicating because nobody else on the team had a fucking mic in an exclusively need to work together teamwork fucking game, and we find the monster. We start in on attacking it. The monster starts going away, and the second it's outside the reach, he pops the arena thing, trapping us.
Letting the fucking monster go off and eat.
Yes.
And that is...
Oh my god.
That is the best when you are the monster and the fucking hunters trap themselves and you just sneak off. Beautiful.
Whew.
Good
Oh,
times.
that one gets me heated.
Oh, I had so much fun playing monster.
But dude,
Yeah, you confused me because you, as a monster, you prefer playing the Kraken.
I did.
And I was like, why?
He has lightning.
It is cool with the whole...
The fucking Kraken is cool.
The Kraken is cool.
That's literally why I played him. He's cool.
Alright, fine. I can say... Okay, who's the worst?
Oh, that would be, the fuck's it?
Gorgon? The spider one?
Yeah.
Probably. I didn't figure you for a Gorgon player.
No.
But it's fun, though, being able to, sit up on walls and, do little sneaky trap things.
Yeah.
I've had some fun with Gorgon.
But, good teamwork, though.
Yeah.
I've had some amazing comeback stories with good teamwork. Because, again, going back to Smite, I used to play it semi-competitively. And I had a squad that I would play with fairly regularly. You know, we had mics, we knew which gods we picked, we knew which build we'd go for according to the meta and everything. And so we had a lot of fun, specifically in Joust and Arenas where we were really good. We never could get 5 people together to get a proper team for Conquest. So, I mean, the whole 3-lane system, but that's okay. I still remember this one fucking match that went on for 45 goddamn minutes. That was in Joust. 45 minutes just going back and forth in a single lane trying to take each other out. And we'd finally gotten their tower down. They kill... Yeah, they kill me, which, okay, fair. I look over the screen, it's like, oh, fuck, it's gonna be 2.5 minutes before I'm back in the fight again. Because it's been going on that long. And then I realized, we wiped the enemy team. And they have 3 minutes to respawn. And we win.
Yay.
And it's all because we managed to fucking communicate.
Yep, it's the core of everything.
Communication is key in these kind of games.
This is a callback to a time of my life I don't often talk about, but I used to be in a clan way back when. I think I've told you a few things about it back in the day.
Maybe.
And
oh fuck, we've been going for an hour.
Oh shit, already.
Time flies.
Yeah. We was pretty kind of big crew, and I was in the tactics squad. We used to deal with the whole communication and oversight kind of thing. And well, a lot of the time we just communicated through whistling.
Huh.
Yeah, we just had predetermined whistle codes for specific situations, and shortening down things to just a handful of tones. Which is super fucking nerdy, but it worked out.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. And, yeah. So, we were going to talk about boss design too, weren't we?
Yeah, and I also have something else, which is accusations. Have you ever been accusated?
Accused of hacking?
Accused of hacking because you were so good at the game. But that
all the time.
will be a topic for next podcast, because...
Or we could just make it 1.5 hours. I mean, there is nothing...
I kind of need to go to the bathroom, though. And besides, we already established that these episodes are going to be about an hour long. We can always record the next episode, right after this.
We could do that. That would be very convenient. And,
yeah. Then I don't have to see you for 2 fucking weeks. Good God.
That would be very harmful for my mental health. You gotta drop by every week.
Oh, fuck.
No, seriously, drop by next week.
All right, I will.
Good boy.
Well, yeah.
You're my anchor to reality, man. I can't live without you at this point.
Oh, what happened to all your friends on social media? What happened to all your loyal subjects on Discord?
But I can't fucking look them in the eyes.
Averts my gaze.
It's just nice to have someone to hang out with in person too.
That's fair.
Just give me a reason to
shave.
Yeah, or dust the corners of my living room or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I can't let standards slip now, can I?
No, but
I
get it though. I get it though, to some extent, because like my apartment has been fucking trashed at points.
Yeah.
Like, you remember my apartment when I lived in this area?
Yeah, okay, for context, viewers, imagine if you wanted to make a poster your child for mental health disorders, just for depression. Basically, yeah, a person
I was not in a good spot.
Yeah, no, you were so low that the food on the table came alive to pat you on the back.
Yeah, no, like my apartment has been trashed sometimes, and I recently realized why I don't care that my apartment is, like, sure, I care about the dirty dishes stacking up. I got to do something about that, and I've started doing something about it.
Good,
but I like. Sure, there's some fucking pizza crumb on the table. There are a couple of, fucking dirty... There's some dirty laundry over the floor and all that. Like, I started realizing why I don't give a fuck about it anymore.
Because nobody will see it.
Exactly. Why the fuck should I care that my apartment is not in pristine condition when nobody's gonna visit me anyways? What the fuck does it matter?
A lot of people... get negative mental health effects, debuffs, from living in a, unclean environment. Yeah. It's a brain thing. Me.
There's also a reason why I've started, me and my buddy have started this deal where he comes by every Sunday to play, every Saturday or Sunday to play Dark Souls and have a few drinks. Because, one, I get to be social, and two, I have a reason to clean my apartment.
Yeah, and if you haven't done your chores, he won't buy you dessert.
He legitimately says, it's like, if you don't clean your apartment, I'm not coming.
Yeah, exactly. And
I enjoy his company, so.
Yeah, good. That's good for you.
But we gotta wrap this up.
Yeah, we gotta...
So, you can take it away, because I did the intro, you did the outro.
Okay, so today we've talked about trash people and people living in trash. Sometimes they're the same person. Let's see, what's a good note to end this on? Oh yeah.
This episode not sponsored by NordVPN.
Just shut the fuck up.
Really? We're not going to make that a segment?
The gag is dead.
Oh, how about this episode sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends?
No. It was fun like twice, but now you're just...
Dude, it's a running joke. That's the whole point of a running joke.
It's running. It's like that horse that's broken its leg and you put it down and send it off to the glue factory. That's what that joke is now.
Okay, fuck you then. Come up with an outro joke.
We don't need an outro joke. We need an outro.
No, we need an outro.
Every time we try to...
An outro joke is part of an outro.
Right now, our outros are the joke. We can't fucking outro worth of shit because we keep talking instead of wrapping things up.
Maybe that should be our closer. In the same vein, it's like, my name is Roral and I still have no closer. This has been his closer for like 10 years.
Yeah, I was about to mention that thing, and I never watched the guy, but I know that's...
yeah.
That's the outro.
But yes, let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right. So, I think I know what to close on, though. The most important topic of this entire thing, aside from how good Evolve was, mental health. If you feel you're struggling with something, or if you feel there is something you can't put a finger on, or just in general, if you feel, don't hesitate to go seek professional counsel or talk to people about things. It isn't weakness to cry about things, and it isn't weakness to lean on the shoulder of a friend or a mental health professional In the same way, it isn't a negative thing to ask a friend to carry you off a mountain when you broke your leg on a hike, kind of thing. It's all right to be quote unquote weak, because that's really what strength is all about. Be there for others and let others be there for you. It gives the whole human experience some real meaning. Take care out there, people, and stay safe.
Wow, that's touching.
Yeah,
When the fuck did you become human?
I know, we gotta balance that shit out. Maybe I should just say something awful now.
No. Goodbye, everybody.
Pineapple and